Alright, so this video, let's look at solving a system of equations. We have two equations, two unknowns, and we have decimals. Alright, so what we want to do is get rid of the decimals. And then once you get rid of the decimals, you can solve it like any equation, like a normal system. Okay, we can use addition method, we can use substitution method. Okay, either one. Alright, so one thing that you've got to know is that if you multiply a number by 10, that moves the decimal place to the right one place. If you multiply a number by 100, it moves it two places to the right. 1,000 moves it three places to the right. 10,000 moves the decimal four places to the right, and so on. So you can see however many zeros you have, that's how many places to the right the decimal moves when you're multiplying. Alright, so you can see here in each of the numbers in the first equation, we need to move the decimal one place to the right to get rid of it. And also in the second equation, we need to multiply each number by 10 to get rid of the decimal, because they each have to be moved one place to the right. So for the first equation, I'm going to multiply each number by 10, and in the second equation, I'm going to multiply each number by 10. Alright, so if I multiply 10 times 0.3, that moves the decimal one place to the right, so I'm left with 3x plus, and then 10 times 0.2y will give me 2y, and that equals 10 times 0.4 would give me 4. And then 10 times 0.5x would give me 5x, plus 10 times 0.4y would give me 4y, and that equals 10 times 0.7, which would be 7. And now this is my new system. Alright, so here we're going to use the addition method to solve the system here. So when I add the equations together, I want one of the variables to go out. So you can see I could multiply the first equation by -5 and the second one by 3. That would give me negative 15x and a positive 15x, and when I add, the x's would go out. And if I wanted to, I could multiply by -3 and positive 5. That would give me positive 15 and negative 15. And if I add those together, the x's would go out. But instead of multiplying each equation by a number, it would be easier just to multiply the first equation by -2, because that would give me -4y, so I would have -4y plus 4y. That would go to 0. Okay, but either way, either one you do will give you the correct answer. Alright, so if I do -2 times this first equation, okay, so -2 times 3x would be -6x, and then -2 times 2y would be minus 4y, and that equals -2 times 4, which is -8. And then I didn't multiply the second equation by anything, so that's just going to be 5x plus 4y equals 7. And then I add. And so -6x plus 5x is -x, -4y plus 4y, that's 0, and then that equals -8 plus 7 is -1. And now you can see I have -x is equal to -1. So I'm going to solve for x by dividing both sides by -1. And so that gives me x equals +1. Okay. Now remember, we've got to write our solution in the form xy. And I already have my value for x, so now I need to figure out what y is. Now to solve for y, I can take my x value and I can plug it into any one of these 4 equations here. It makes no difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the -1 and I'm going to plug it into this one right here. And the reason, because the numbers are smaller. Okay, and like I said, you can plug it into any one. So let's plug 1 in for x. So I've got 3 times 1. I'm putting 1 in the place of x, plus 2y equals 4. So I've got 3 plus 2y equals 4. And then I'll subtract 3 to both sides. And so I get 2y is equal to 1. And then I'll divide both sides by 2. And so I get y equals 1/2. And so here's x, here's y, and I can write my solution in the form xy. So that's 1/2 is my solution. Alright, so I hope the video helped. Check out my other videos. Give me a like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.